So today we're driving a 2010 Subaru Impreza, and you quickly realize why these vehicles have such a following. Of course, you have that terrific Subaru all-wheel drive system that just gives you so much confidence on the road. If you've never driven a Subaru in really nasty, harsh winter weather, try to do it because you'll be quite surprised at how well it performs. Don't forget, these guys, Subaru, have won so many rally championships, and that has passed on to the Impreza and their other models. Now, the Impreza lineup is almost mind-boggling. You know, this is a 2010 model year, and you start with your basic 2.5i model, which includes, of course, the boxer motor, 170 horsepower, 170 pound-feet of torque. And then there are so many other options above that. Then you have the 2.5i Premium, which includes 16-inch alloy wheels instead of your steel wheels. And then you have the 2.5i Premium with the all-weather package. That's what this vehicle is. So what you have are fog lights, you have a sunroof, you have heated side mirrors, heated front windshield, heated front seats, 10-speaker stereo system, 6 CD changer. You don't have Bluetooth, unfortunately. This is a 2010 model year. You would think you would have Bluetooth for 2010, but this does not. You need the navigation to get Bluetooth on the Subaru Impreza for 2010. So that's a downside, in my opinion. But what can you do, right? This is a driver's vehicle. That's the best way I would describe it. You know, when you get in the car, it's not as refined as other vehicles. When we drove the Honda last week, that car was 7 years older than this one, and it was so much more refined. And I'll go through the pros and cons in a few moments, but this is a driver's car. I rather much drive this car than the Honda. The Honda, to get from point A to point B, is terrific, but this is a driver's car. You know, you have a beautiful steering wheel, leather wrapped. You have your 10 and 2 notches. And of course, you need these notches when you're going through the turns and you're feeling good, like a race car driver or a rally driver, right? You feel like you're on WRC and kicking some butt. But it's just a very, very nice car regarding that. For this specific vehicle, we have a 4-speed automatic, which is kind of dated. Again, for 2010, you should have something more than a 4-speed. That's my opinion. That's why the gas mileage is, it's okay. This car gets 22 to 26 miles per gallon. But the automatic at low RPMs, the downshifts and the upshifts are sloppy. They really are. I've driven these cars with the 5-speed manual. That's a better bet. If you know how to drive stick, go with the manual. Because at low RPMs, just the downshifts and the upshifts, they're notchy, you know? The other way around that is to put the car in sport mode. And that's how I would drive this car if this was my personal vehicle. In sport mode, at least you can control the gear that you're in, because in full automatic mode, that's the downside. That's my one complaint about the transmission is, again, it's only at low RPMs, but it upshifts and downshifts at the worst possible timing, and it's jerky. And it's really not the transmission's fault. It's the way that they've engineered the computer. When the computer tells the transmission when to change gear, it's at the worst moment, and it just does a notchy job. So I'm not a fan about the automatic on this vehicle, but again, you can always put it in sport mode, and then it's perfectly fine, in my opinion. Coming to the interior of the car, it's not bad. The seats are okay. They could be more supportive, and they're not very comfortable. You know, after an hour and a half, maybe you got to get out and stretch out a little bit. So they could be a little bit better there. The quality, it's a lot of plastic. You know, it's not old GM by any means, but it's okay. Let me put it, it's okay. If it was my personal car, it would not bother me. You know, I'm pretty easygoing with this stuff. If the car puts a smile on my face, I could care less, to be quite honest. You know, it really wouldn't bother me. But for others, it may bother that, you know, maybe it's a little cheap. The interior could be a little bit better. The owner of this vehicle took off the sun visor because it would always flap up and down. So there's no sun visor on this car. Hence, that's why I'm driving with sunglasses, so I can see where the hell I'm going. There's no sun visor here. It's, you know, it's funny. It's those little quirks of this vehicle. Some rattling, the A-pillar, the plastic A-pillars, they rattle a little bit. So, and I mean, it's a little cheap in certain places, especially if you trick this car out. When it was brand new, it was $35,000 plus tax and everything else. I mean, you can get close to 40 grand. The interior could be better. In my opinion, you have to do a couple things to really get it to where it could be. You know, you can update the speakers, The radio we've already swapped out. We have the aftermarket radio, which does a much better job than that stock unit did. And those are the really couple complaints about this vehicle is the automatic transmission, the radio, it's okay. The finish, it's okay. It's not bad. Again, it's one of these cars that once you start to drive it, you forget all that. You don't care anymore because it's such a nice car to drive. And going to the exterior of the vehicle, the paint, the fit and finish, it could be better in my opinion. I think they should have put a little bit more money and put a better paint, or better quality, higher quality paint on the Subaru. It chips up easily. It seems rather soft to paint in my opinion, and I think they could have done a better job regarding that. But that being said, again, I would still purchase a car like this because it puts a smile on your face, and it's just a lot of fun to drive. So let's jump on the highway. Let's hear what this boxer motor sounds like, because it does have a terrific sound, and I think a lot of you will enjoy it. And in sport mode, it just does a very nice job of accelerating. Again, it's not the turbo version. The turbo version really puts you in the back of your seat, but it does a good job of just getting on the highway and getting you where you need to go. It's a great car. A lot of fun. I have to love that boxer motor. I love it. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. We will have updated videos shortly. And until then, we'll see you next time.